Dang, look how much Bitcoin's pumped already. Like we're almost to previous all-time highs, and we're not even at like the start of like the next bull run. So we definitely need a big correction already. Here's a little bit of clue. Is if you look at the all-time highs, we're almost there, right? We have like that nice little area. So it's like we're technically right now. I'm looking at the market cap, but the candles, not the candles, but the charts look exactly the same. If you look at here, you know, there's that little gap right there where it got close to it, and in the previous one, it did kind of the same thing, where it gets really close to its previous high, dumps all the way back down, and then goes on a run. Same thing here. It retraces almost all of it to previous high, and then dumps it all the way back down. So this is why I said, like, technically the first 6 months of the year we should be going down, although we're just kind of pumping up a little bit. But if we look at here, we're at the spot where it should retrace. So like any day now, we should start retracing back down. For those that saw me do the post in Yinshi's little channel thing, I don't remember her telling me that, but she was like, she literally was like, I told you we're going up right before, because she had family come visit, so she's been like gone pretty much almost the whole month. But she'll tell me like, hey, we're gonna go up still. But now she says she feels a big drop coming soon. So hopefully, once we come back down to the bottom side, we can finally start dropping back down. And again, we're at the spot where we should, because it's done this in the past, right? This what it's doing right now, it's not a surprise. It dumped all the way from the bottom, went back almost to the top, and then gave a big old retrace. It dumped to the bottom, went almost all the way to the top, dumped all the way back down. Now this one didn't dump as much. This one obviously because of like the whole COVID thing, you know, helped it more. But at least a good what 50% retrace. So like let's say where we're at now, if we can retrace 50%. Well, on this one I should use it on this. Like right now we're still kind of pumping up a little bit and see, but like from where we're at now, we do 50%. That'll bring us down to 26,000. So 26,000. Where was this at? Damn, it would take us all the way back down into the blue. Like we would go up, come all the way back down to the blue side. If it repeats itself. Right? Keep in mind, it went all the way up to the yellow, came all the way back down to the blue. We look over here. Oh, come on. I hate this freaking chart. Like, come on, guy. At least make it to where we can move it around. Which one is it? So went all the way to the orange, came all the way back down to the blue. But this one had a dump before, so this is a different. This one came all the way down to blue to 50%. So it's not too much. So it doesn't really tell us too much. I mean, it's still not going crazy yet. It's still holding at the top channel. But if we were to drill at 50%, it would come back down right back to support. If we dump all the way down to 26,000, like, trust me, consider that a blessing. Don't wait for that. Obviously, we want to keep buying. At this point, our next buy will be once we hit 48,300. Once we retrace to that. Or we pass the purple line, right? Once we pass the purple line, it's, you know, our 1 year is getting closer, so you might as well add as much as you can. We'll go back to this one. Yeah, I mean, it should be the last few days of it, and then we should technically go sideways. It always goes sideways after a big pump. Again, every time it goes sideways, what happens? Some coins pump. This is where I wish I was in another country, where it's like, all right, maybe I can sell some and dumps back down and buy more. But since we can't, it doesn't make sense to like get out and be able to come back in, but only with 60% of the money you got out with, because you got to put that for tax reasons, right? But we're technically due now. Like, and I've said it a few times now, so I'm pretty sure it's pretty annoying to me saying, "Oh, we're technically due to come back down," and that's because again, we're kind of like in the oversold territory now, like extreme. Like, all right, like stop playing around Bitcoin, retrace already. We look at, but answering Aaron's question about the dominance or the price. I don't know if like market cap, like if that's really gonna make a difference, because it can easily come back down and it can easily pump up there. The fact that the charts are identically the same as Bitcoin doesn't really help us much. Yeah, but I mean technically we're overdue for that retracement, and it sucks waiting because it's annoying because we see our coins keep pumping and pumping. Now here's another thing to note. Like, let's say you missed out on Atlas, right? Let's say you missed out on AIOZ. Let's say you missed out on Sui because now it's pumping even more. Like, I kind of figured it was going to do something like that. But again, it still has to come back down to 43 cents. So if it goes up, that's fine. It'll come back down. If you missed out on these coins, remember, and I've said this for a month now, save some money for some newer coins that we're going to buy down the road. So, like, if you missed out on these coins because they're all pumped and everything, that's all right. Move on to the next coin. There's going to be tons more coins. The last thing you want to do is put all of your money in right now and then be like, oh, look at all these new coins and I don't even have any. Because you should only have like 50% older coins, 50% newer coins. Don't be like 80% older coins, you know, especially very, very older coins. Just because, again, technology moves forward. Technology doesn't stay or, you know, stay behind or wait for all these other coins to catch up. Like, that's why I'm not really big into like a lot of these older coins that are still good, right? Like VET's a great coin, ZIL's a great coin, but I feel like they're gonna slowly get left behind, right? Like I have HBAR, which is fairly a new coin. It came out during like the bear market. It just came out at worst timing. You would have thought they would have done that, planned that a whole lot better. But just because of like its technology, maybe long term. But like, let's say for example, the next bull run, maybe I'll have HBAR, maybe I won't, because again, now it's gonna be part of like the older technology. You know, what if new coins also have amazing partnerships, just like how HBAR does? So keep in mind, even though some of these coins have pumped, it's all right. There's gonna be 1,000 new coins that we can invest moving forward that are still gonna pump like crazy, right? The last thing you want to do is like FOMO into something like TIA, right? It just recently came out, so it's pumped. And keep in mind, look how great it's pumped. But that's because, again, it came out during the nice little bull run that we've had. Or like little mini bull run, I guess you can say. Had it came out sooner, or like, let's say during the bear market, it would have had a chart looking like this. Then you would have been like, oh, it's okay. It's just like the rest of them, right? That's why it has a lot of like momentum, because it's like, oh, you know, did 7x. Like it doesn't have all that bearishness that where people are selling their coins on their way up, trying to get some of their money back. So it doesn't have anything holding it back. So these coins are pumping new. Save your money for the next TIA. I mean, don't stress out if the market's still going up and up and up, because trust me, there's going to be plenty of corrections along the way. There will be plenty of new coins to buy. Don't get stuck on older coins, because if you get stuck on older coins, I'll tell you this: in the last bull run, there's a lot of older coins that I had that people are like, oh, you know, this coin's gonna do great, this coin's gonna do great, and some of those coins are terrible. And I'm talking about like Redcoin and like Digibuy and all this, and XRP was one of them, right? Like it did terrible during the bull market. Now XRP, you know, granted, it had the lawsuit holding it back, but like nothing was holding back XLM, and they still did terrible. This is why, again, I have a little bit of XRP. Like I have a set bag of XRP, and I'll never add more to it, and I'll never like sell it. That's gonna be one of those like, hey, it's like I posted earlier, like, hey, you know what? It's either gonna make me a gazillionaire or it's not. There's no in between. I don't want XRP to go to $100 or $50. Like it's either go to 1,000 or don't go to 1,000. Simple as that. But you know, no one should be stressing. There's plenty of coins to buy. If you really need to trade back and forth, Reggie has done a great job at finding these like coins that have done like, 100, 200% pumps. I've been jumping in and out. Every time it dumps, I'll jump in, jump out, jump in. I don't overstay because I know like, hey, I recently sold a bunch of USDT to fix something in the house, so I need to make some of this money up, and this has actually been helping out because this whole time I've been jumping in and out. Remember, I had separate bags for everything. Got my bags for trading, got my bags for DCA, and then I had my bags where like I'll gamble, right? Remember how like I said, hey, according to some of these indicators, C would pump. There was like a little triangle. It like tried to, but then it dumped on us. It went back up. I broke even. I got out, and then it went back up again. And somebody else mentioned that they're breaking even. I was like, you know what? Might as well get out. We don't know what's gonna happen with the market. Although it's pumped, if she would have stayed, she would have made another 30%. But again, that could easily been done in one day with Web AI or Palm AI. So thank you, Reggie, for like making this room pretty successful, right? Because it's been pumping like crazy. Like Web AI's for something. I told everybody, hey, it's gonna retrace to like 0.80. This is where I would buy some. I sold once it doubled. That was good. I'm out. Right? Like this is like a really good like trading little room if you want to trade. Other than that, the rest of cryptos, you should be building your bags. This is why I said right here. Other than that, like everyone should be building their bags. Like you should not try to gamble those bags away and be like, oh well, let me get out now, and if it dumps, I'll buy more and I'll have double. But we haven't been dumping. We've only kind of gone up. We'll retrace. I'm not even worried about that. There's always retraces. My biggest thing right now is I need people to start building their bags. Don't get left behind, guys. You know what I mean? For the most part, as far as I know, everybody that I've talked to, they're doing great because they've been buying. Not everybody posts that they're buying, but some people are like, hey, some people have already been just buying just to buy. Just like they understand more that like it's more important to have some than to have none, than to wait. And it's less stressful when you're DCAing in. Instead of like, oh, I'm gonna go all in. Oh, it dumped. Oh, let me get out. Oh, it popped. Let me get back in. Like, it's just a stressful game. Especially with something like this where it's like, for a month I've been saying, hey, I'm due for a miss. Like, don't wait too long. Again, there's that tool. I'm going to make a separate video for that. So that way there's like a tool for that. But for now, all we can really do is wait for our little retrace. Again, we're technically there. Like, I don't know why we're not retracing. Even here, it should have like a retrace back down. But there's a lot of hype. And here's another thing you need to understand is this is great news technically, right? Like if you were to step back, right? Take away all the, let me go buy my coins, everything's like leaving and I'm not in yet. Like if you take all that away, step back and realize Bitcoin's pumping great. That means look at all this money that down the road is going to flow into the alts. Like this is a really good sign. And you shouldn't be like worried about it. Like this is great. Because now it's like, okay, cool. This is just locking in the next bull run. So it's important that when we retrace, you buy your coins. And guess what? Every time we've done this, you can see it right in the past. Every time we've done this, it just kept going up and kept going up and kept going up. Then we had a big retrace. Right? Okay, going up, big retrace. This one's not as big as that one, but again, there was less people in the market. So there was less going up, less going down. But there's always a retrace. And it gives you plenty of times to buy. The thing about the market, there's plenty of times to buy. And even if you're that one person that still wants to wait for lower, you're still chasing these pumps and dumps, you'll still have chance in a year. Because there'll be brand new coins you can still buy that are new that are going to have those nice 20-30% pumps or 30x pumps. Right? So like the market is going to give you plenty of opportunities. The problem is, like let's say our first opportunity was buying down here. Second opportunity was buying in this area, which we did. We missed the third opportunity, which was here. This one, I don't know if I would call that an opportunity, right? 3. Right? You're still going to have like the opportunity for like 2 more opportunities for trading when it dumps. There's still going to be, I'll put another 2 more for like when the market, retraces 2 more times. And those 2 times also had new coins, right? So like we got these out the way, you still have four more opportunities to like buy your coins or continue to get in. So there's still a lot of opportunity to get in. You're still not late. Let's say you were brand new into the bull market, into a crypto market, you'll be fine. You wouldn't want to wait for a retrace. You don't want to. Right now, a lot of people are buying in at the top, pretty much. And these people are going to get wrecked. And they're going to FOMO out again. They're going to complain about the crypto market. And it's going to go back up. And then they're going to FOMO back into the crypto market. And that's going to help us push back up. That's literally what's going to happen. But I need you to understand, like, there's plenty of opportunities here. Don't waste them, right? Like, let's say there's 3. And then there's the 4 down the road. Let's say you haven't done these. Don't waste these opportunities. Don't be chasing, in and out. You want to wait for lower, and all of a sudden you're left with just 1. And then there's a bonus one at the very end, right? So we're like large cap coins pump, medium sized cap coins pump, and then at the very end, all the meme coins. Right, you'll have an even bigger bonus. And the thing you don't want to do is you don't want to make your money here. Right? You should be making your money here. Making your money here. Don't wait to the very end. Don't be that last guy or girl or lady. Don't be that last person to be like, yay, I made $20,000. I missed the whole bull run, but I got into the meme coins. Yay, right? Like, don't be that person. Be smart about this. This whole bull, remember my favorite phrase? And someone posted it the other day and it reminded me of it. Right? Time in the market will always be time in the market. And that's the smartest thing I've ever heard. And I love that phrase. Again, our time in the market is going to make us rich. And those people trying to time the market are going to be poor. Like if right now you don't have any money, you haven't made any money on cryptos, it's because you've been timing the market. You keep timing it. You keep thinking, oh, what's going to do this? It's going to do that. I've done really good at predicting where the market is, except this last 2 months. This is kind of weird, the way this market is. But other than that, we've timed everything else perfect. We've even nailed the bottom because we're like, look, guys, this is our last bearish target. We don't have any bearish targets down here when we look at Bitcoin. And we started DCAing a month prior to that. This is why, there should be nobody in profit. If you're not in profits right now, again, you're trying to time the market. When in reality, you have to have time in the market. I'm not stressed one bit, even though I literally sold almost $6,000 of my money to buy back into the market, so I have to make all that up now. I'm not stressed about it because I know I got plenty of time to be DCing and getting back in because I know time in the market beats time in the market. Again, if you look back and you see that you haven't made any money right now, that means you're trying to time the market. No, you're gonna get left behind that way. I wouldn't say left behind unless you're not buying nothing at all. Like if you're sitting there with not one crypto bag in your thing and you're all cash and you're waiting, your chances of getting left behind are way greater than everybody else. Right? Because now you do have to buy the top. You have to get your initial bags. You gotta start and then you buy the dips. Again, this right here will play out better for you then you trying to wait here. This only goes to here, and then we go this, and then now you're buying up here because now you're freaking out, you're panicking because everything's leaving without you, right? At least you bought these 2, and then now you can buy some other way up here, but you'll have bigger bags. That's what I've said. Overall, the way you need to look at it is you gotta have bigger bags. You gotta have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you're gonna also screw up, your profits. You gotta have a plan. I made plenty of videos. If you haven't seen the videos, some of them are in the group Zoom. In here, I made videos where it's look, this is how you're gonna plan it. This is what you gotta do. You gotta set goals, targets. If you still don't know how you're gonna get out, you're not gonna profit much, right? You're just not. You can't go into a bull market without a plan. You can't make any money without a plan in general, right? Like, we're gonna get as close as we can, but that's not gonna be perfect. But again, I've been buying this whole time, and if you haven't been buying, what makes you think you're gonna get out when I'm getting out? You're not. You're gonna be, you know, a lot. Some people didn't buy in, and that's because other people were saying we're going lower, and I'm like, yeah, but I've said like even if we're gonna go lower, you should still buy. Yeah, but they were like, they've been accurate lately, and this is that. Okay, the same thing's gonna happen when I'm getting out. Are you gonna get out when I'm gonna getting? Are you gonna get out when I'm getting out? The same way where I was buying this whole time, and you weren't buying. Right? It's like you gotta understand that. That's why it's really good to talk about now, because it's like, look, everything's pumping. There's a lot of emotions up there, especially where people are like, oh man, I wish I bought more. I wish I bought more. Don't worry, you'll have a chance to go more. Like, we're pretty much at the, at an area where it's like it should retrace. And if it doesn't, it's okay. There will be a retrace. If it goes up and it retraces here and it goes up, that's all right. We'll buy here. Right? There's no rush, because even though like the price is up here, there might be a new coin that we can jump into, right? We're constantly putting new coins in, the hidden gems. This is where I posted, Sui and C, and like, hey, look, these might be like really great coins, right? There's gonna be constantly new coins that we can invest. A lot of these you can look at it. Oh, you know what? Hasn't pumped yet. You know what? Let's get in. Oh, this hasn't pumped yet. Oh, you know what? Let's get in. Right. So like I said, there's gonna be plenty of opportunities. The problem is if you keep letting those pass, you're gonna get screwed, because again, you're waiting for it to dump, or you want to just, you want to trade your bags up. Right? The only time you should be trying to trade your bags up is you should have a separate trading bag. Buy your meme coins, right? These little like low cap coins, right? They're on dexes, not on exchanges. These are all like Uniswap, PancakeSwap, or like Solana Swap or whatever. Other than that, again, build your bags. You're gonna get left behind if you don't. Don't wait for lower end. And if you ever see me getting out of the market, you should probably get out the market too. Even if it goes up a little higher, who cares? You locked in your money. Sorry to make this a big video, but again, I like to remind people of things. And it's a good reminder. This was a cool little like thing that I saw like somebody post, and it's like reminding me of this. Like, you know what? It does have that little pattern where we're almost there. Because I remember this time when it kept going up, and like this is where woo-woo got to me. This is where we're like, oh, buy Digibyte. Digibyte's going to the moon. Digibyte's gonna set you free. And I bought like, I bought Zero really cheap. I bought Vet really cheap, and then we retraced. We went back up, and then we dumped down. And then this is the part where like I messed up, where SL was like, oh, we're gonna go lower. So I was like, oh well, let me be smart and let me sell my coins, and I'll buy them back 50% cheaper. They only went up, right? Luckily I didn't sell everything, but like my two biggest holdings, I was like, hey, if I can double these, we're set. So I sold my Vet and that. Like, luckily I still kept data. I still kept a bunch of the coins. I kept the Digibyte. I kept the red coin. Luckily I sold red coin before like everything else. But this is what I mean. Like, right? I got greedy here, and I could have made a lot more money if I didn't stay greedy. That's why, like, from experience, I'm telling you guys, don't focus on like, well, let me sell and buy back cheaper. No, just add. Just only add. Trust me, just add. Right? Just like how all this whole year here, I told you guys, don't buy. Don't buy. It's all about preserving your money. And people are like, but I want to buy. What if it pumps? This person's going to say we're going to moon soon. We're going to have... Remember how many mini bull runs we were going to have during this whole drop down? And I'm like, nah, we're going to dump. People even got mad at me. Remember how many promises? Nobody's promising bull runs anymore. And now we're going up. Isn't that kind of funny? Like, no, I mean, I'm pretty sure one or two people out there are going to pump. But like, we were getting like these, like, oh, we're going to have a little mini bull run left and right when we were dumping down. And now that we're pushing up, all that noises that died down. Where it's like, this is where you technically should have been saying it, and we should have been following it, because the coins have gone up. But again, sorry, I made the video too long. It's already almost 25 minutes. I guess does it consider this as a rant? Or is this like a TED Talk? Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'll see you guys in the Discord. But remember, guys, don't worry about it going up. The higher it goes up, the bigger crash we're gonna get. We've seen it before. This isn't new. But hopefully it can slow down, right? Because I'm getting tired of like saying, "Oh, we should reverse now. We should reverse now." You know, like the girl who cried wolf. All right, I'll see everybody in the Discord.